Hey guys, what's up? It's Teeds with another episode of Fore Golf with Don Julio. Thank you guys for all your support. We're up to over 800, I think 830 right now on our YouTube. It's slowly moving up, which is awesome to see every day, which is great. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our content on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. We currently got a post. As of right now, it's got like over 60,000 views. I'm kind of surprised, but it's also kind of a really well done meme by myself. So I will pat myself on the back for that. But the fact that it's still just going off, I've never had anything like that ever. And it's kind of crazy to see it happening. But Father's Day is coming up. If you guys need any golf hat for your golf loving dad, DM us, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Let us know. We got deals right now with our hats, $22 off. We can get it to you by next week. Let us know. We got multiple colors. Not this one, but the one that Don Julio's rocking is one of them. You can check in pretty much all of our socials. I have a video posted of the colors that we got, but definitely hit us up. I mean, it's perfect for Father's Day.
And also don't forget about our awesome deals that we have with Sunday Swag, with Primo, with Upside Golf. Again, guys, Upside's literally giving away their rangefinders for free with the deal or with the discount that we have. So go on there, get your dad something nice. A lot of options. So yeah,
like Julio said, Sunday Swagger just dropped a summer batch of new polos. We got 15% discount codes if you check out any of our social media pages. We got links that if you just click the link, it'll automatically go right into your checkout. And there you go, 15% off. Who doesn't like free discount codes? So definitely take a look at those because they have a lot of nice polos, not going to lie. Very good quality. But jumping into things here, it is day 2. It's currently Friday night of the Memorial. I believe it's in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? I know Jack
so.
Nicklaus created it to resemble another course in the UK. Day 2 of the Memorial, pretty iconic event. I think this is the one that John Rahm a few years ago had like that insane putt, right? Like right after like Dustin Johnson. Remember that one that went like down the hill and like it just like stopped at the top and went down and you're checking right now. Is it there? It is in Ohio. Muirfield Village,
Ohio.
Yeah, okay. That's the golf course, Muirfield Village. But yeah, so right now we got Scottie Scheffler in the lead at 9 under. Victor Hovland shot a 3 under today at 6 under. Have you watched any of the tournament this weekend at all, Julio?
Not this weekend. It's only Friday, but I got some glimpses of it this morning. I've honestly just been paying more attention to a lot of the, speaking of Scottie Scheffler, a lot of the video that's just kind of been dropping
as soon as I said it's Scottie Scheffler, we got to talk about it. It just released. Go for it.
Yeah, they just released the video. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Like the cop was saying that he was injured severely, and when the photos came out, it was like his boots were a little bit ripped up. He scraped his knee, and then the back pocket was.
He did rip the pants, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
And even then when they were detaining, Scottie, it just seemed like even he was just like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, I don't know.
It did not look good.
No, it doesn't look good from any part. I don't know. I think they just got lucky that Scottie's just a super nice guy and really isn't trying to press on anything. But dude, I mean, for that, you could end somebody's career with that. I mean,
dude, the funny thing was whether it was 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning, I forget which it was, but the cop's like, I smell something on your breath. What is it? He goes, mouthwash. It's like, that's all you've had to drink? He's like, I woke up like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to make my tea time. He said it like 4 times. I'm just trying to make my tea time. Like, and he's like, sorry, I'm shaking right now. I'm just really nervous. And it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not a cop, never will be a cop in my life, but you know how like some of them, after doing years and years, they kind of understand, they know they expect certain people from doing things. Oh, this guy just went without listening. There must have been something that he was doing, and they have like their preconceived notions of the reason why people are doing things or what kind of person this is, prejudging somebody. And it's like, it's one of those times that kind of bit you because it's not the person that you got.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And I mean, also, like, do these cops live under a rock? Like, how do you not recognize
How
Scotty Scheffler?
when the biggest golf tournament of the year is coming, you don't even have to be into golf. But I mean, what is it? In every like cop show, they all have like a week meeting, right? Where they all, oh, hey, this is happening this week, just keep on alert, or hey, this is happening over here, so be more alert on that. But like a little update on what's going on in the community. What do you think they skipped over this golf tournament? And maybe next time they'll be like, here are the golf players. If you see these faces, please don't arrest them in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, do you even think that how crazy would it be that Valhalla just gets like shunned for like decades because they're like, yeah, we're not going to let any of our players play there anymore. Sorry, dude.
Dude, I mean, it would be nice because that means that now they have to replace that course with something else this year. Right? So, I mean, who knows? Maybe he might have done a favor. But
right.
Speaking of being like involved with your community, yeah, I mean, dude, me and my wife, we were speaking about, kind of that same scenario. And even over here at the high school down the street, we got notifications saying that, oh, tonight's grad night. We need volunteers, right? We need volunteers to come watch the school and whatever. And so, so my wife's like, yeah, they were just asking people within the community if they could come help, right? And my wife was like, do you want to go do that tonight? I'm like, what time is that at? She's like 10:30 to 12:30. I was like, not really.
Right.
I said, I like kind of thought like, when I was in high school and I saw someone's parent there, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be that person.
Right.
And so, but it's like, again, to your point, you're talking about the biggest tournament of the year, or probably
in Kentucky
for them.
For sure.
In Kentucky. And so it's just kind of like, how do you not know about that? I mean, even right now, this weekend is the NASCAR Cup over here at Sonoma Raceway. Right? Dude. Oh man, I feel bad for anybody that's like coming across the Golden Gate. Dude, the traffic is insane. Like over here, so you can come in through the backside, through Napa, right? And the traffic over here is insane. Like people trying to figure out, like the locals who are like, oh yeah, we got tickets. Like we're gonna take the back road.
Nope.
No.
Everyone's taking the back road.
Everybody's taking the back road. And then even taking 101 to 37, it is so congested.
You could pretty much walk there quicker with how slow it is.
Pretty much, yeah. If you got out of your car on the 37, you could probably walk over
there. Amazing. Isis, I'll meet you there. I just want to see something. I just want to see something. I just want to see.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, dude, it's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, it is crazy. But the whole Scotty Scheffler thing is, how do you?
It just doesn't seem to make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like
if he was like a John Daly at like the PGA Championship, like back in the 91, 92, when he won it. Before that, he was like the 30th alternate in the course, right? No one knows who this guy is. You arrested John Daly back then. Okay, I understand that. You have no idea who this guy is unless he's a local kid. You have no idea who anyone is unless they're the top. And Scotty Scheffler's been at the top of his game the last 3 years, which is like the first year he won the Masters. Like, how do you not? I mean, of course, people out of sight, out of mind, but majority of cops are men, and majority of men like sports. And you're telling me that you've never seen a Sports Center accidentally and see him. Like,
the other biggest piece is the car. The car literally says
courtesy car.
Courtesy car. It just doesn't make sense. Again, I understand that maybe the whole situation may have been a little bit more escalated because there was, obviously a death that had just taken place due to a terrible accident. But still, I'm just as blown away. It's just kind of like everything just does not seem to align. But moving on to that, I got a random thing that I want to bring up here.
All right.
Dude,
Let's hear it.
when was the last time you played golf? Was it with me over at Carmel?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you've seen this yet, but over at my club, they're doing this thing that I remember in the industry called cart gouging.
I heard
Where
of that. I
they're,
saw that. I saw. Okay, explain it.
bro.
Explain it. Yeah, explain it.
Well, it's funny. So yes, to that point, like there was those guys who were speaking about. I saw the same video,
Mm,
but I had been thinking about this all week because when I went out on with Isis and Adelina to go play, dude, the cart was $25 on top of a $35 twilight rate. And I'm literally thinking like $25 like for the cart? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, it's just me riding. Like, why are you charging me the full price? Like, oh well, we had to raise the price because people weren't paying for the other person that was sitting in the cart. They would say that they were walking. And I'm like, well, isn't that what your guys' marshals are supposed to catch? You know, like, well, it just doesn't make sense. But dude, holy smokes. I mean, golf is already expensive enough, but now to pay almost $30 for your cart on top of your round is insane. Like
Yeah.
at that point, honestly, I might as well just keep a key up for myself and just pay walking rates the whole time.
Play around. This is what you should do. Play around. Get a cart. Have Isis go there with you, or have your wife go there with you. Bring your push cart, by the way. So you're gonna go there. You're gonna get the key. You're gonna give Isis the key. She's gonna go to Home Depot, make a couple copies while you're going and playing on your push cart. And then you come back, put the key back in. You have a key copy of the key, and next thing you know, you don't need any help. You just go in with your own little key. Maybe try to get go on Etsy and get the same kind of like little circle or whatever they have on there to show that it's like their key. But yeah, I mean, I've thought about this for years, like since I got back into golf, where what I would do is if my buddy already had the cart, whether it was you, whether it was somebody else already had the cart, they'd be like, you having a cart? Like, no, I'm in the cart, but I'm not gonna. I'm like, oh no, my buddy's got it, and they're like, okay. But now they're starting to be like, oh, you still got to pay. Well, if you're paying him 20 and I'm paying 20, I'm getting my own cart. And half the time they're like, no, sorry, we're low on carts. Okay, well then I'm not going to pay a fee. I'll pay maybe half. But like, why
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you expect me to sit with somebody and you make double for something that an extra 200 pounds, 250 is not going to wear and tear on the tires like as much. Like makes no sense. So I am super petty when that happens, and I'm like, oh no, either I'm not gonna ride, or if I am, yeah, I need a cart. And if they're asking me if I'm with a buddy, be like, yeah, but I'm not gonna ride with him unless it's like me and you that are like doing like a video and we need to be in the same cart.
But even then, like it doesn't even make sense.
It
like
doesn't.
split the cost. I mean, why do I have to take on another $25 for this cart on top of spending what? I mean, the cost of alcohol on the cart or on the golf course has gone up. Food has gone up. I mean, dude, by the end of your day, you're already looking at probably $200 in, $200 in the day, or before you even get off the first tee, and you're playing a dog shit golf course.
Yeah, right? I mean, like there are a lot of courses now. I think Dragonfly is starting to turn into this. I've heard that some courses they're charging a fee regardless if you walk or not. So if you want to walk, cool, but you're still paying a cart fee. And it's starting to get to that. And even if like you're a member of a club, of a country club, you still charge. Whether it might be a lot less.
Yeah,
but you're still paying
a country
for
club. But again, a country club, they have plenty of fleets. They have tons of carts, right? But
right.
We're talking about
but add it to the freaking monthly. Courses, yeah, but add it to the monthly is what I'm saying. Like, don't just make me have to.
It already is added.
No, it's not.
Most country clubs.
All the ones out here in Fresno and in the Central Valley, all the ones that I checked up on last year, they all had cart fees. Like whether it's like $5, $10, $15, it doesn't matter. Per 9 holes, they all had cart fees and they were not included. If they were included, that's one thing. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But like, no, they legitimately have cart fees, all of them.
Wow, that's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not accustomed to that. But still, I mean, to my point is just like, dude, it irked me so much. I'm like, so my round went from being what should have been like $40 to play to now being almost 60 for
9
nine
holes,
holes.
maybe. Yeah.
No, that was exactly what I played, was 9 holes.
Well, especially if you're going in the dusk or like a twilight round, you're obviously not going to finish the round, right? So like how
I literally told the pro shop assistant, like, I'm playing 9 holes, and she was like, that'd be $55. I'm like, for 9 holes? For 9 holes. And if it wasn't for my buddy coming in and being like, dude, no, like, here, give him the super senior twilight, like, don't charge him for the cart. Like, he's out here all the time. He's a part of our men's club. Right? Like, if it wasn't for that, like, dude, I was just I looked at this chick just dead in her eyes and was just like, I know you probably don't play golf, but like,
and you just work here,
does that
makes
even
sense.
seem to make sense to you?
Yeah.
Bro, I mean,
I get
I
it.
was
I get it,
pissed.
dude. I get it. I mean, I've had too many of those times. And like another little thing that kind of that I work around is when I used to play my rounds by myself and I would just go out whenever. You can't book tee times if you're a single, right? So it's always like, oh, you got to walk on or whatever. Well, on any of these golf courses that allow you to do a tee time, whether it's calling or signing up online, I'll just be like, yeah, me and my buddy are going to come out. And then I get there every time. I couldn't make it. Sorry. Okay, it's just me. Oh, cool. I got a tee time now. Screw you and your single like hating. And I know that's what the meme is. the meme that's going viral right now. That's the one where it's just like, how do you get rid of this single? But at the same time, it's like, why not just allow single spots? There could be easily a foursome of random people that just want to play golf together. Who cares? You're making your money.
Yeah. No, I mean, over here, what they do, well, on weekends they do this.
They charge you a few dollars to hold it.
Yeah, they have you put down a thing, but then if you book it through Golf Now, they have this thing to where it's like, if your people don't show, you still have to pay for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
that makes more sense on Golf Now, but like what I'm talking about is like if they do charge like $2 or $3 to hold it, well then I just call and then they hold it on there. And then when you call, they don't charge you over the phone. So I'm set.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying.
Yeah, that one is super annoying because to me, I'm just like, I mean, luckily the course is literally within walking distance, but I mean, still, the thing that's the most annoying is a lot of the guys that I play with, it is super, spur of the moment. Like, okay, we're going out. Oh, there's a game going on. Speaking of, actually, 2 weeks ago, okay, the men's club has a block on Saturdays for the men's club skins game. Dude, our club has not been taking care of us, even though we pay up front to be there, to have prioritized tee time. So like this weekend, there's no skins because there's a NCGA qualifier, which weird, no one knew about it. 2, there's 2 tournaments going off on the premium side. It's like, guys, we get that the course is in great condition, but you got to take care of your people first. You know what I mean? Like,
jeez.
that, like, I mean, yeah, it's so annoying. And it's like, nobody wants to play the South because I mean, it's not bad. It's not an easy course, but it's just the maintenance of it is just dog water. It's absolute poo-poo. I mean, dude, you walk like I think the first time I ever took Adelina golfing with me, I found a turtle on one of the holes that's by the water. Bro, I put my wedge down on like this little thing that was on its leg, and it was like a leech. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, and I literally I heard this thing pop, and it was just nothing but blood that just shot out. It's so like, I was just like, what is this? I mean, and now on the South Course too, there's a ravine and there's homes like all along this entire course. I mean, beautiful homes too. Like it's really, really nice. Dude, there's homeless people living on the course now.
No.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Gavin Newsom.
Corsico, Foxtail, figure it out, dude. Like that is unacceptable. You got people coming from Vallejo, you got people coming from the city, you know, people coming from Guerneville. It's like the course is well respected, but it's the management itself is absolute poo poo.
Dude, imagine traveling from like Vallejo or San Francisco to play this course. You shank your ball into the trees in hole 6 and come out with 3 needles stuck in your arm. 3 used heroin needles. Gosh dang it. I left San Francisco for this. Are you kidding me?
Or you see a guy taking a shit in the bushes and he's like, oh, is that your ball? Is that your ball?
Okay. Speaking
the
of
stream's going down. The stream's going down.
Which way is the break going? Yeah, just
water's moving downstream. So
did you hear or did you watch the Bob Doe Sports hole-in-one? Did you watch the video? Oh man, dude, I felt so happy for him. Like, out of everyone to get it, obviously you'd expect.
Did you see Callaway put a banner up of him?
Oh yeah, they went all out, dude.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing about that whole thing, gets a hole-in-one. He's stoked. He runs. He trips. He falls down. He hops into Fat Perez's arms. Everyone's stoked for him. He seems just out of it like the rest of the round. And he had a few great shots after that. And then the next hole, he tees up his ball and shanks it into the woods and loses. And Fat Perez goes, was that your hole-in-one ball or did you put that away? He goes, oh no, I didn't even think about that. That was my hole-in-one ball. And it's just like, this dude gets a hole-in-one and he uses the same ball. Like we're sponsored by Callaway. You can get as many balls as you want. And he shanks it into the freaking, I forget what hole it was, but he ends up going, okay, it's gonna be crazy when this happens. But
he was riding high. He was riding high, dude.
Of course. I can I feel like as an experienced player like Fat Perez, you probably has a few hole-in-ones. He should have maybe made a move and told him that because you're out of it a little bit. He's riding high.
Bro, you just don't think about it.
Like, that's what I'm saying though. Okay. But Fat Perez has been there and can be like, hey, let's take your ball.
I don't think Fat Perez even realized it because he just assumed like, oh, you make your first hole-in-one, you keep the ball, like you stop playing it. I'm guilty of that. My first hole-in-one was during the member guest at Boulder Ridge, number 10, downhill, par 4. I hit a 3-wood to a front pin. Maintenance guys down there. Ball came down the hill, and there's boulders down there, so we can't see it from the tee box, but we see the maintenance guy come out, and he's like, whoa, whoa, like at the top of his lungs. And he's like, jumping up and down. And I was like, did it go in? So it must have gone, or not must have, but it was in.
Mm-hmm.
Next hole is number 11, which is a 205-yard par 3 to literally what is like a floating green. And there's nothing but boulders down below, boulders on the left, boulders on the right. If you hit, all you can hit is green. If you miss, your ball's bouncing or it's gone. I tee it up again, riding high, thinking oh my God, this is so cool. And I was so focused in that then I ended up hitting this shot that I just blocked to the right. We hear the clink, can't find it anywhere. And the guy that I was playing with, Jason Cavillo, looked at me and was just like, were you playing the same ball? I was like, oh shit.
Your heart just sank.
I just felt even worse after that.
Dude, the one benefit that Bob has, if you watch the video, which you said you did, is that he's like, okay, PGA National, we're on this hole, left of the fairway. If you guys find a Callaway, blah blah blah, please get it to me. And I can only imagine how. I'm thinking it might take a week and a half of like somebody actually finding that golf ball, because it's gonna happen. I'm calling it. You know, somebody's gonna be out there. It's a popular course. You got the bear trap,
It's
right?
gonna be it's gonna be some random. It's gonna be some random guy who's just gonna come across it and watch. It's gonna be Here's what I was thinking when he said that.
100K.
No. Listen. Here's what I was thinking when he said that. I'm thinking to myself, I understand you have a popular channel, but you know what? It's gonna be some guy who's just visiting there on work, hits the ball in the same area as you did, comes up lucky, but finds your ball. Has no idea who Bob Dust Sport.
Chase it right into the water.
It just keeps it, lose it on the next hole. Gone forever. No. Aaron Hernandez.
Oh man, that's one thing that. Well, speaking of hole-in-ones, do you know about Japan? Did you send me that? There was a thing like in Japan where there's like hole-in-one insurance. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's insane, dude. What like my wife was asking me, what exactly do they get the insurance for? And I know it's obviously that they pay a lot of money for things, but I forget what it is. Is it drinks for everybody, or like, do you know exactly the main reason behind it? I know it's like not a law, but it's just something that people do.
So here in the States, it's like you pay for
everyone who you pay for everyone drinks. That's there, right?
Yeah, well, you pay for everybody who was in your group, but then when you get to the bar, if they're saying you got to get everyone who's in the bar a drink. In Japan, it's like dinner. I mean, drinks, like all this different stuff. I mean, I don't know all the details of how they celebrate it, but apparently it's a really big deal. And so having that golf insurance or the hole-in-one insurance is like huge.
Dude, it's crazy to think about how something like that is literally a thriving business. And I thought it was really funny too. After the hole-in-one, I think Joey Coldcutt's on the wife, like his fiance. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have to cancel our dinner plans. I just gotta be here tonight with the guys. I just gotta cancel the dinner plans. Like the vibes are so high right now. Like it's gonna be epic tonight. And man, that was crazy.
Look at how, if you look into your Google search, look how many hole-in-one insurance companies there are that pop up. It's insane.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's at least there's 1,000 results.
Jeez, man. Hole-in-one insurance.com. What the heck? This is crazy. Imagine just like being that guy who planted the seed. Well, you know, if you get a hole-in-one, you got to buy everyone a drink. That's just what I do where I'm from. And then slowly now he runs like the biggest hole-in-one insurance company ever, because it just grew. The rumors grew and they got bigger and bigger and bigger. Where it's like, oh, it's not just drinks to your friends. Now it's drinks to your family. You got to treat everyone to Ruth's Chris, you know, the top of the line, you know, restaurant for like a week, you know, a week celebration, you know, and the best wine, all this stuff. And it's just like, all because someone made up a little lie. Because dude, if I get a hole-in-one, you're buying me drinks, and I'll probably only have one. So I'm a really cheap, real cheap ticket, but I ain't paying for no one's drinks after I do something amazing that's going to change my life forever. There's no way. I will be that guy. I will be that guy. Exactly. That's it. Let me have this. Please let me have this.
So I knew you were going to say that too. Oh, wait, I don't have to sit here. I could just run. That guy's hilarious. What's his name again?
Wait, which guy?
The dude who you're talking about was like, yeah, I want to pay it forward.
Oh, Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
Hey. Please let me do this. Please. I gotta do something.
55 hot dog. 55. Crazy.
Have you seen them all on Netflix?
No, I'm dude. I'm in a position right now where it's like, if the TV's on, it's got to be
What about when she goes to sleep?
I'm in bed, or I'll just watch Tubi and just watch a movie or something.
Okay.
You know,
Dude,
like
there's
I don't go back downstairs.
okay. He has one where I put up a meme a few days ago, and he's just like, I thought it was gonna be a hit. Turns out it effing sucks. And I was like, what could go good with that? And I put up a meme and it did pretty well, nothing crazy, but it's like when your buddy shows up with iron head covers and you're like, and you ask your buddy, like, what is he doing? He's like, I thought they were gonna be a hit, dude. Turns out they freaking suck. But like his reactions, dude, are hilarious. Like the overdoing it is just like very well done.
Yeah.
But jump back into golf. LIV Houston. It started today. We got three guys atop the leaderboard at 7 under with Adrian Moronk, Caleb Surratt, who I think is a rookie. I think it's like his first year. And Martin Keimer, who I think did Martin Keimer win a tournament last week? Was he the one from LIV that won a tournament?
I have no idea, bro. I don't remember. My memory's going. I have no idea.
Let me see. Martin Keimer.
Dude, this course is open. No. This course is open to the public. Is that correct? The Golf Club of Houston?
It very well could. It'd probably be a pretty penny, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of PGA guys that apparently are members, and that was some of the talk of the town was that, oh, how are these PGA Tour guys going to be with like a LIV tournament there? But at the end of the day, no one really cares. It's just the media that's pushing this BS agenda. But I mean, it's a stacked leaderboard, honestly. And oh, wait a minute, am I looking at the? Oh no, I'm looking at Houston. Okay, that's weird. But Anthony Kim, who we've all been rooting for, he's one over. He's said he's been grinding. He said he feels the best that he ever has. He was on Country Club Adjacent podcast, like I talked to you about offline, and he was just saying that like the worst thing that happened to his career was winning his first tournament. He's like, he expected to feel so much better, you know, all this time, all this effort, you know, of doing this, and he just didn't feel that at all. He just got a huge check, and that was about it, and didn't use it wisely. But the craziest thing that I heard was that his parents would drop him off. I don't even know where this was in LA, but there's some kind of golf course when he was like 8 to 10 years old. Always just drop him off at a golf course like $10 in the morning. And he's like, I would just hang around the greens, or the chipping greens and the putting greens and everything, you know, and scope out the competition and see what old guys are going to be playing that day and play a skins match with them. Because he's like, my mom worked her butt off and I was not going to ask my mom for any other money. And so he would literally just gamble and win and beat old guys at like 8 to 10 years old, go straight up with them and come back with like 50 to $100, you know, just from skins on that day. And dude's been a hustler his whole life.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to watch it, but I saw clips of it. I mean, that's how a lot of these guys started, right? I mean, Tiger had his dad, but like, you know, Max Homa talks about how he would sit at the range, kind of scope things out, see some guys. I mean, it's just a competitive edge of the game, especially when I think you're playing at such an unbelievable level at a young age. But yeah, man, I mean, I really am eager to kind of hear his whole story as far as like what happened, because it just seems like, yeah, he said he wasn't in love with golf.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
He just felt like he was doing something, but it's also just kind of like you're given an opportunity that a lot of people, you know, don't have. I mean, some people will never even be able to sniff that level of competition, but you have a lot of people like us who are obsessed with golf. If we could play every single day, you're not going to hear no out of us, right? Yeah. And to have that and to be able to win at that level too it's a statement. I mean, it really is something. And so I just want to know, like, what happened? right?
Well, yeah,
I mean,
I definitely would recommend listening to it. He doesn't go into everything because he wants to hold off for some things for his documentary that they're going to be coming out with soon. But he does talk about how like he's like 4 or 5 years in a row, man. I just kept hearing rumors that Anthony Kim's coming back. He was like, "What? I haven't picked up a golf club in like years. Who's coming up with these rumors? It's like news to me. Like, oh, next year, oh, Anthony Kim's come back. What? Oh, okay. He's like, I'm on episode 3 of Below Deck, and I find out that like there's a rumor that I'm supposed to be like coming back into golf, and he's like, apparently he's got like a huge love for it now, and he loves, with his family. Apparently with LIV, you're obviously able to travel with your family, be with your family more, but still grind and, have that aspect to it. And he definitely seems super appreciative of everything that he's gone through. He doesn't discount anything that he's done. He takes all the, not credit, but what do you call it? He takes the blame for everything that he's done. He's not shying away from things, not hiding from things. But I mean, it definitely seems like if Netflix were to get their hands on this kind of story, and he were to like, win the LIV title or whatever next year or something, that, you can definitely see this as a really good comeback story, because he just seems super changed. Not just someone that's like, oh, I'm good enough and I can do it. It's like, he said he practiced like a month before he played in that first LIV tournament when he shot 5 over and people were giving him crap. It's like, dude, he hadn't played in like 10 years and he picked up a club for a month and he shot 76 on a professional golf course in front of a crowd. How would you play?
Terrible.
Like,
absolutely terrible.
And he's like, I watch myself, and he's like, it's like, what do you say? He's like, Saudi Arabia, no, Singapore. He's like 270 to the green. I'm in a bunker with a 5-foot lip in front of me, and I pull out 3 wood, and there's no way I could get that ball over. But watching this over, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, it's just like, he's like, some of the things that I'm doing now are just like, okay, like I really got to tone it back. And he's really thinking about it. And it's really cool to kind of hear his side of it for the first time. But I definitely recommend giving it a listen because, yeah, bummed that he turned us down. But I get it.
I mean, dude, I remember my first ever like big tournament. The minute they announced my name, I like got the
jitters.
The chills. I got the jitters, and I was like the golf ball looks so small, and I was like, what do I do? I mean, it was literally just my dad. Yeah, it was literally like my dad was caddying for me. Like I was totally prepared to like be listening to some music while we're like walking.
Yeah, right.
And dude, I completely duck hooked this drive. And the guy was nice enough behind me. It was just like, it could still be in play. Like just call it a provisional. So my second one, I stepped up, went through my routine, and dude, I absolutely hammered this drive. And I just walked away saying my classic, what was it? Player B, second team All-American. Like I walked off the team and just said that. But then the guy that I was walking next to, I think his name was Joe. He literally was like, you got to make sure you go take a look for that ball. Like you got to at least make an effort, And I was like, okay. So then I'm like, all right, Dad, let's go take a look. So we're like looking. I ended up finding my ball. It's in, but like it's kind of like in the lie that I had at Carmel Valley, where it's like my ball just disappeared. But that time I took a pitching wedge, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna hit this back in the fairway. Hit a great shot, comes out. I'm in the middle of the fairway. It's fine. Still laying 2 on a par 5. Like I was like, all right, like we're good. Let's go.
Dude, I mean, I get that. I know I was actually doing like a little devotional about that, and I forget about golf, and I forget who it was, but there's like one of the pros, like Sam Snead or somebody, that said the first tee jitters had always got to him, no matter what, to the point where he wouldn't even take driver out. He would just take a 3-wood because he knew that he can get that in the fairway, even if he was shaking like crazy. And I'm sure that's true for a lot of players. I mean, you see these guys that look professional. I would not just say look professional, like they look confident, right? They look like they're there to do business, and then they shank it or they hit it in the woods on the first tee. I feel like it's like a 50% chance of people actually hitting it in the fairway on the first tee and not. And it's much higher after that. But the first tee is like probably the lowest average. And I get that, man, especially for us when you come out of the car, no practice swings. It's like, oh gosh, like I forgot to crack that or stretch that. Oh, whoa, okay. And like, but that first tee
Well,
jitter is no
that
low.
was like my round. That was like my round at Half Moon Bay. Like the whole front nine. I mean, it was cold. It
It
was
looked
cold
cold,
and like
cold and windy, dude.
yeah, it was cold. And my buddy's like, "Oh, you brought your GoPro? Cool. Like you're gonna be doing a video." He's like, "It's gonna be cool." He's like, "It's always fun when you do those." And I was like, "Okay." And like an idiot, the battery that I had in my camera was dead. So it's like I turned it on and it just goes toot, 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 toot. Like I was like, okay, it's just
Dude,
not meant to be on this front nine. But
dude.
I played good. I mean, I played good, but I was glad that like I at least turned it on when I was a little bit more warm.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it was good. But I gotta like this weekend I'm playing a match over at Bennett Valley, which is just a course down the hill or down the road from me. And then on Sunday, I'm playing the old course at
Charge
Half
your
Moon Bay.
batteries. Charge your
Yeah,
batteries.
they're already right here charging. But I'm playing there, and then there's a possibility. There's a possibility that I may have to go back to Half Moon Bay on Monday for this farmers tournament with some of my friends.
Buy
They do
that
like a
camera.
donation every year.
Buy that camera. Put it on a
Yeah,
card and get some content,
yeah,
bro. I'm telling you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So
so that sounds sick. I'm jealous. I mean, tomorrow I am going golfing, but hear this. So check this out. So my next door neighbor or across the street neighbor, literally like our uh, driveways are like facing each other. He has a golf simulator in his garage. We're really close, really cool dude. And he's like even tonight he's like, hey, when you put Carter down, you wanna come out and play some holes? Usually I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. But you got the podcast tonight, so I wasn't able to. But last time I was there, he's like, hey, I was watching your stuff, and like, if you ever need anyone like to record you, just let me know. It's like I'd love to. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you can have me out there and I can record. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing Saturday? He's like, oh yeah, I can go out there with you. Yeah, no problem. So tomorrow he's actually recording, and he was like, well, am I gonna play or do you want me just to record? Because I can just record. That's no problem. If you want me just to record, I'll
you
record.
got to let them play.
No, of course I am. Of course, I felt terrible. I'm like, there's no way I'm just gonna like let you just like it's just me. And like I've done it so often with two people playing anyway. Like you're gonna play with me, don't worry. So he's playing with me tomorrow. But he's like, hey, like in the future though, like if you do just want me to record, like if it's you and Brandon or you and Julio or whatever, like I'll record you, no problem. And I was like, that would be awesome.
We
But
just got to keep the beers flowing for this guy.
oh, dude, no doubt, dude. I was like, dude, you were awesome. Thank you for that offer. I'm not going to try to overuse you because he's such a great dude, but like, I definitely want him to play with us as well whenever he can. But shout out to him. I'm not going to say his name because he wants everything to stay confidential, but super nice dude. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he is tomorrow. He's done some shooting in the past, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. Tomorrow I'm going to rock my brand new Sunday Swagger polo. And try to break par from the red tees. And
Oh, you're still doing that?
yeah, dude, I've only done it twice. One from the orange kid tees, which I done, and then the other one I shot one. I ended up with a 1 over because I was using my bad putting stroke. I was changing it up because Tony commented that my stroke was terrible or whatever. So I got to redo that. But it's actually funny. So was it Wednesday? So on like this whole week, I've told my neighbor, hey, yeah, we're gonna play on Saturday. There's a tournament in the morning, so we got to play in the afternoon. He's like, no worries, heat doesn't bother me. Like it'll be warm, but it's not a big deal. And then on Wednesday, my father-in-law's like, hey, this guy wants to know if you want to play in the tournament. It's a scramble. Just let me know and I'll pay for it. And I was like, where is it?
You're like,
Dragonfly.
wow, thanks, Dad.
No, it was at it's the tournament that's at Dragonfly in the morning that I was like, gosh dang it, we can't go earlier in the morning because it's a stupid tournament. And he was like, they only have one spot. I'm like, I can't. I already told this guy we're gonna go. I'd feel like I just throw him under the bus if I don't go with him, and I felt so bad. And I'm like, I'll do another time. There are many other tournaments, and my father-in-law has been awesome about it, where he's like, hey, if there's any tournaments that I hear of, I'll always recommend you, and if you want to do them, just let me know, and I'll pay for them. Another one that actually that I was going to do was the weekend that we went to Carmel. I was like, I'd love to, but like the timings are just terrible on these things. Like, but I've still yet to play in a scramble, and I, like a legit tournament style scramble. Yeah, playing tomorrow. Can't wait. It's gonna be like 97. It'll be a cool 97 compared to last like 3 days. It was like 105. How hot was it over there for you guys?
95. The day that Adelina had her fever, it was like,
I was hot too.
Yeah, it was no bueno. So, yeah, I think the highest we got was 95. But this weekend's supposed to be like in the 70s, nice and cool. So
nice. Enjoy.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so before we wrap this up, LIV Golf, LIV Houston. We're in the first round already. You got Moronk, Surratt, Keimer, Nah, Ortiz, Dustin, Patrick Reed, all within a stroke or two. Who do you got winning this singles? Not the player, sorry, not the teams, but the players. Just in general. Let's see. For other context, you got Bryson DeChambeau at 3 under, John Rahm at 3 under, Cam Smith at 1 under. Oh man.
I don't know. At first, top of my mind, just because I've been watching a lot of his videos, is Bryson. Like,
he's been on it. He's been on it on YouTube, dude.
Hey, speaking of, I don't mean to extend the episode longer, but I gotta ask. So, remember 2 years ago, Matsuyama got disqualified at the Memorial because he had the paint on his hybrid. Remember that?
No.
That was like 2022, I think it was. He got disqualified. He had a hybrid and it had some white paint in the center of the face.
I think now I do. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So they said, PGA rules state that you can't have anything that contours the face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious because you mentioned several times that Bryson DeChambeau's irons with Avoda they have like a bulge on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that break the PGA rules?
No, because the bulges are on the woods and the drivers.
Oh,
it's the exact same style. And the week before the Masters, it was approved by the PGA. So they did go through all of the stuff to make sure that it was legal. But
gotcha.
No, yeah. Because, that makes sense. Yeah. But it's the exact same thing. It's just on a smaller face, I think, because the woods are more wide compared to the irons. But I'm going to go with Bryson because I'm definitely going to be pulling for Bryson. He's got a stash, dirty little stash going on. I don't know what that's about, but pulling for him. And I would love to see Anthony Kim just finish the weekend under par. And honestly, get on this podcast, man. And I doubt you're watching it, but if you are, we'd love to have you. You're a dad. You're a girl dad, just like Don Julio. And, you're a Fore dad. Let's get you a hat. We'll take an AK hat. We'll give you a Fore dad's hat. And we'll have some fun. But Don Julio was talking earlier offline about a new slogan. Do you want to share the new slogan idea? Or I mean, it's kind of clever, but
let's wait for it.
All right. Well, then
we'll test it out. We'll test it out in a more I don't know, in a more prompt too, I guess.
Okay.
Not right now.
I will stick with stay flying, go low, and we'll see you guys next week.